Just do this. They will come back crawling to you. What if the secret to rekindling that lost attraction isn't in chasing them, but in letting them feel the power of your silence, your confidence, and your unbreakable sense of self? Today, we're diving into a game-changing approach that will make them feel your absence so deeply, they'll regret ever letting you slip away. Have you ever wondered what it would take to become so magnetically attractive that someone who once overlooked your worth now can't seem to stop thinking about you? Whether you're trying to pull someone new into your orbit or dealing with someone who's grown distant, society often pushes us toward the idea of chasing, proving our value, or reminding them what they're missing. But here's the reality. Chasing and proving yourself is a dead-end approach, one that only leaves you feeling empty and, quite frankly, a little bit less yourself. We're here to flip that script. True attraction doesn't stem from validation-seeking or endless reminders of your worth. It's about how you carry yourself when they're not around, how you cultivate stoic happiness and master self-worth in today's fast-paced world. It's a power they can sense, one that will inevitably draw them back into your life with the same energy they once overlooked. This isn't about revenge, manipulation, or playing games. Rather, it's about living in alignment with timeless stoic principles, taking control of your emotions, and harnessing your own power in ways that make others feel the loss of you. Imagine pulling back, not out of anger or spite, but from a place of pure self-assurance. When you take charge of your energy, choosing silence over forced conversation, confidence over desperation, you're silently communicating a truth they cannot ignore. You don't need them to feel complete. This approach is as effective as it is powerful because it doesn't rely on trying to change their perception directly. Instead, it lets them experience the weight of your absence, a shift they won't see coming but will start to feel deeply. When you stop needing someone else's validation and instead embody stoic happiness and unshakable confidence, you take control of the story. Consider this. Instead of blowing up their phone with messages or showing up at every opportunity, you go silent. You make room for them to realize what your presence actually brought into their lives, and now, for the first time, they have to sit with their own thoughts. Suddenly, they're the ones wondering, did I make a mistake? Why aren't they reaching out? The absence of reassurance becomes an echo of your worth and starts shifting the power back to you. In today's world, Stoicism reminds us that true power lies not in others' reactions, but in mastering our own responses. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And nothing could be truer. When you stop chasing and start valuing your own time and presence, you elevate yourself, becoming an individual of high worth, someone others can't control, predict, or easily forget. Embrace this challenge today. Stop chasing. Don't bend over backward for someone who can't see your worth. Shift your focus inward. Cultivate silence, self-mastery, and that unwavering confidence only true self-belief can bring. Watch how they start to feel the change, how they start to recognize that what they took for granted might not be so easily available anymore. That is the essence of stoic happiness and the power of Stoicism today, mastering yourself to the point where others find themselves magnetically drawn back into your orbit, realizing what they've lost. This is your moment to reclaim your energy, take control of your relationships, and live out the principle that only those who respect you deserve a place in your life. Drop a comment below saying, "I am done chasing," if you're ready to transform yourself and step into a power they'll regret ever letting go. Now let's dive deeper into the mindset shifts that will make them crawl back. 1. Why they lose interest. In the realm of relationships, it's crucial to recognize why someone may lose interest. Often, the reasons stem from a blend of psychological factors and personal behaviors. One major culprit is predictability. When you become overly available, always saying yes, always showing up, you inadvertently remove the element of mystery and excitement that keeps attraction alive. Research in psychology backs this up. People tend to desire what is scarce or uncertain. This scarcity principle suggests that when something or someone is easily accessible, they tend to lose their perceived value. Imagine if every time you visited a restaurant, the menu never changed. It wouldn't be long before the thrill of dining there faded. Similarly, maintaining an air of unpredictability in your interactions can reignite interest. Another significant factor is emotional overdependence. Seeking constant validation can place a heavy burden on a relationship. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus eloquently noted, "He who is not disturbed by the loss of externals has found the serenity of inner peace." When you depend too much on external validation, it signals insecurity, which can be unattractive. Instead of seeking approval, focus on nurturing your self-worth from within. This shift not only reduces pressure on the relationship, but also fosters a sense of self-confidence that others find magnetic. Picture yourself as a candle. The more you rely on your own inner flame, the brighter you shine, attracting those around you. Routine can also be a silent killer in relationships. Engaging in the same patterns, having the same conversations, and repeating the same interactions can lead to a stale atmosphere. Dr. Helen Fisher, a psychologist, highlights that novelty triggers dopamine release, the chemical linked to excitement and attraction. When you fail to introduce new experiences or insights, interest can naturally wane. Consider ways to shake things up. Try new activities together, explore different venues, or simply change your daily routines. By introducing variety, you not only rekindle excitement, but also invite deeper connections and shared experiences. Lastly, one of the most profound reasons someone may lose interest is that you've ceased to grow. People are drawn to those who are constantly evolving, seeking challenges, and embracing self-improvement. If you stagnate, the dynamic shifts, and what was once a captivating relationship can turn mundane. Keep in mind that personal growth isn't merely about career advancements or academic achievements. It encompasses emotional, intellectual, and even physical aspects. Engage in activities that stimulate your mind and spirit, pursue new hobbies, and maintain a curious mindset. The more you invest in your own growth, the more attractive you become, not just to your partner but to yourself. So what can you do to turn the tide and make them come back to you with renewed interest? Here are 8 actionable steps rooted in Stoic principles, psychological insights, and practical relationship dynamics. First, cultivate unpredictability. This doesn't mean being erratic, but rather embracing spontaneity and surprise in your interactions. Second, focus on self-sufficiency. Reassess your emotional needs and ensure that your self-worth isn't tethered solely to your partner's approval. Third, break free from routine by introducing new experiences. Whether it's trying a new cuisine or taking a spontaneous trip, change is invigorating. Fourth, commit to continuous personal growth. Engage in activities that challenge you. Read, travel, learn a new skill, and allow yourself to evolve. Fifth, improve your communication skills. Being able to express your thoughts and feelings effectively can lead to deeper connections. Sixth, practice emotional intelligence. Understanding not just your emotions, but also those of others can enhance empathy and strengthen bonds. Seventh, maintain a positive outlook. Focus on the good in your life and relationships. A positive mindset is often infectious. Finally, embrace patience. Relationships take time to rebuild, and allowing space for growth can often lead to renewed interest. In conclusion, understanding why someone loses interest in a relationship is crucial for personal growth and emotional health. By incorporating these steps and embracing the principles of Stoicism today, you not only enhance your own life, but also set the stage for a deeper, more fulfilling connection in the future. Remember, as you cultivate stoic happiness within yourself, you naturally attract others who recognize the value of your growth and independence. Congratulations on making it to the end. You've just unlocked powerful insights into why people lose interest and how to reignite the spark. Drop a comment saying, "I choose growth," to show you're ready to embrace these principles and become a better version of yourself. Stay tuned. There's so much more to discover on this journey. 2. Emotional detachment. Emotional detachment is one of the most empowering steps you can take to reclaim control in any relationship. It's important to clarify that this doesn't mean you're shutting off your feelings or becoming emotionally cold. Instead, it's about mastering your emotional responses so that you don't let others dictate how you feel. When you learn to detach emotionally, you stop reacting impulsively to someone else's behavior, allowing you to be in charge of your own emotions. So, why is emotional detachment essential when you sense someone is losing interest or becoming distant? When you are emotionally attached to someone's actions or feelings, you end up depending on their validation. Each word they say, every message they send, and every sign of withdrawal triggers a wave of anxiety. You may find yourself overthinking and overreacting, which ultimately diminishes your value as you chase after their approval. Think about it. How often have you felt your emotional state shift dramatically based on someone else's mood or behavior? This is where many people lose their power. They allow the other person's actions to dictate how they feel. But what if you could flip that script? What if you could remain calm and composed, no matter how distant or uninterested they seem? This is where emotional detachment becomes your ally. Here's how it works. When you sense that someone is pulling away, instead of reacting with panic or desperation, take a moment to pause. Don't chase after them or question why they're withdrawing. Instead, redirect your focus inward. Remember, you are the one in control of your emotions, not them. This moment of pause prevents you from spiraling into insecurity or neediness. It empowers you to stay composed and confident, even when uncertainty looms. This idea resonates deeply with Stoic philosophy. As Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Practicing emotional detachment is a way to embody this wisdom. You can't control whether they lose interest or act distant, but you can certainly control how you respond. By choosing not to react emotionally, you maintain your power and dignity. Let's bring this to life with a relatable scenario. Picture this. You've been dating someone new, and everything seemed perfect at first. Suddenly, they begin to respond less frequently, and you can sense the connection slipping away. The instinctive reaction would be to flood them with texts, ask what's wrong, or try harder to win them over. However, this behavior only signals desperation and neediness. Instead, with the practice of emotional detachment, you recognize the shift, but refuse to let it impact your mood or sense of self-worth. You allow them to step back without retaliating. You continue living your life as though nothing has changed. This silence, this absence of reaction, sends a powerful message. You are not dependent on their interest for your self-esteem. Moreover, emotional detachment helps you maintain perspective. When you're overly invested in someone else's actions, it's easy to misinterpret their behavior or spiral into negative thoughts. By practicing detachment, you create mental space to see things more clearly. Maybe they're pulling back because they're under stress, or perhaps they're simply testing the waters. Whatever the reason, emotional detachment helps you avoid making hasty decisions that could drive them away even more. It's crucial to understand that emotional detachment doesn't equate to indifference. You can still care deeply, but you refuse to let their actions dictate your emotional landscape. It's all about balance, caring enough to be invested, but not so much that you lose yourself in the process. Mastering emotional detachment allows you to hold on to your confidence regardless of how they behave. Emotional detachment is fundamentally about taking charge of your internal world while relinquishing the need to control external circumstances. It's about demonstrating that their distance or lack of interest does not disturb your inner peace, and this kind of steadfast confidence is inherently attractive. When you stop being emotionally reactive, you initiate a noticeable shift. They will begin to wonder why you're not chasing after them or reacting to their behavior. And this is when the power dynamics start to change. Instead of being the one pursuing them, they might just find themselves longing for your attention, and eventually they could come crawling back, recognizing what they have lost. Remember, it's not about playing games. It's about embodying the Stoic life lessons that empower you to navigate relationships with clarity and strength. So how can you start practicing emotional detachment in your own life today? Reflect on your recent interactions. Are there areas where you've allowed someone else's mood to affect you? By acknowledging this, you're already taking the first step toward mastering your emotional landscape. 3. Avoiding common mistakes that keep you stuck. When someone pulls away or starts to lose interest, it's easy to fall into a trap of desperation, panic, and overreaction. These mistakes, though common, only make things worse, leaving you stuck in a cycle of frustration and disappointment. But here's the good news. By recognizing these patterns and actively avoiding them, you can regain control and create the kind of magnetic presence that draws them back to you. 4. Mistake. 1. Chasing them relentlessly. Are you tired of feeling like you're chasing after someone who seems to be slipping away? It's time to flip the script and discover the power of detachment. In the world of dark psychology and Stoic philosophy, the art of attraction lies not in relentless pursuit, but in the calm confidence of a Stoic mindset. As Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you find yourself in the challenging position of sensing that someone is losing interest, the instinct to chase harder can be overwhelming. You might feel compelled to text more often, call incessantly, or conjure excuses to spend time with them. However, this approach often backfires. It comes across as needy and desperate, pushing them further away. By consistently pursuing them, you inadvertently signal that their attention is vital to your self-worth. Instead, embrace the power of detachment. This is where true Stoic happiness resides. Instead of focusing on winning their affection, shift your attention inward. Focus on your own interests, hobbies, and personal growth. This shift doesn't just change your perspective. It transforms the entire dynamic between you and the person in question. When you cease to chase, you create an air of mystery around yourself. Suddenly, you become less predictable, more intriguing, and this unpredictability can ignite curiosity and rekindle interest. People are naturally drawn to what they cannot easily attain. They value what they have to invest effort into. In our fast-paced, instant gratification society, this principle rings true more than ever. Instead of constantly being available, cultivate a life that is rich and fulfilling, allowing you to project a sense of self-sufficiency that is incredibly attractive. In modern life, where relationships can feel transactional and superficial, embodying Stoicism today means prioritizing your own emotional resilience over the fleeting approval of others. Detach from the outcome, and you may find that those who once drifted away start coming back, intrigued by the new, confident version of you. Remember, when you stop chasing after someone's validation, you allow space for genuine connections to flourish. This isn't just about reclaiming lost interest. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, leading to deeper and more meaningful relationships that reflect the Stoic principles of wisdom and self-awareness. Made it this far? You're embracing the strength of detachment. Drop a comment saying, "I choose inner peace," to declare your commitment to mastering the art of attraction through self-assurance. Stay tuned. This journey is just beginning, and so is your transformation. Mistake 2. Over-communicating and over-explaining. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone you care about seems to be drifting away? It's natural to want to reach out, explain your feelings, and try to bridge that gap. But here's where many make a significant mistake: over-communicating and over-explaining. When you notice that emotional distance, it's tempting to send those lengthy messages packed with all your thoughts, hoping they'll understand your perspective and feel your concern. However, this often does more harm than good. Instead of drawing them closer, it can overwhelm them and reveal your insecurities. Think about a time when you felt bombarded with messages. Did it bring you closer or push you away? Now, consider an alternative approach: the power of silence and space. By allowing some distance, you let them ponder what's happening in your mind. Your absence creates a sense of weight, allowing them to reflect on what they might be missing. This aligns perfectly with Stoic life lessons, which emphasize the importance of emotional restraint and composure in relationships. True strength isn't about constantly explaining yourself. Sometimes, the most profound impact comes from the things left unsaid. Picture this. A friend once shared how they were facing a rough patch in their relationship. Instead of bombarding their partner with messages, they decided to take a step back. Initially, it felt uncomfortable, but soon they noticed their partner began reaching out, expressing how much they missed the connection. This story perfectly illustrates the essence of Stoicism: embracing emotional control rather than succumbing to the need for constant validation. Ask yourself, what would happen if you chose silence instead of endless explanations? Would you allow space for genuine reflection? The lesson here is clear. In the face of potential loss, consider less communication, not more. Allow the other person to come to their own conclusions about your value and presence. By embodying Stoic principles, you can transform potential conflict into an opportunity for growth and reconnection. Remember, sometimes less truly is more, and the strength you show in restraint can inspire others to appreciate your worth. Mistake 3. sacrificing your own life and interests. In the journey of love and relationships, it's all too easy to lose sight of yourself while trying to win someone's attention. You may find yourself shifting your priorities, reshaping your life to fit theirs, and cancelling plans with friends or neglecting your own hobbies and interests, all in the hopes of capturing their affection. As a result, you become overly available, and your existence starts to revolve around them. This, my friend, is a classic mistake. As the great philosopher Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you make it too easy for someone to access your time and energy, you inadvertently become less interesting. After all, if someone doesn't have to put in any effort to be a part of your world, why would they? So, what's the solution? Embrace a stoic mindset that prioritizes your own growth. Focus on investing in your passions, advancing your career, and nurturing your social life. When you actively engage in the activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, you radiate a magnetic energy that naturally attracts others. People are drawn to those who thrive independently, not to those who seem to rely on a relationship for their happiness. Remember, as you cultivate your own interests, you become a more captivating individual, someone others genuinely want to be around, rather than someone they might take for granted. This self-investment doesn't just enhance your allure, it also empowers you to maintain your self-worth and identity, essential qualities for any high-value man. Have you ever noticed how vibrant and self-assured individuals can captivate an audience just by being themselves? It's about finding that balance between self-care and connection. By keeping your life rich and engaging outside of a relationship, you send a powerful message. You are complete on your own. In this way, they may find themselves coming back to you, recognizing what they have missed when they took your presence for granted. So, ask yourself, what passions can you invest in today that will enhance your life and, in turn, make you irresistible to those around you? Embrace this journey with a win stoic mentality, and watch how your relationships transform when you prioritize yourself first. Comment your answer. What's one passion or hobby that you'll focus on to keep your life balanced and fulfilling? Mistake 4. Seeking constant reassurance. When you feel that familiar tug of distance in a relationship, your instinct might be to reach out and seek reassurance. You may find yourself asking, "How do you feel about us?" or "Are you still interested?" This desperate need for validation not only exposes your insecurity, but also creates a dynamic that many find unattractive. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, "A good character, when established, can weather anything." Instead of seeking constant reassurance from others, shift your focus inward. Confidence is magnetic. People are drawn to those who carry themselves with self-assuredness. Relying on external validation only undermines your own worth. Embrace the idea that if someone is truly meant to be in your life, they will find their way back to you. Trust in yourself and your value. Cultivating this internal confidence is the essence of Stoic happiness and a vital principle of Stoicism today. Instead of fixating on someone else's feelings, invest that energy into self-reflection and personal growth. As you nurture your own self-assurance, you'll discover a profound shift in your interactions. This inner strength not only attracts others, but also fosters healthier, more balanced relationships. Remember, the greatest power lies within you, and by embodying this truth, you'll find that the connections you desire come naturally. Mistake 5. Becoming emotionally reactive. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone's behavior leaves you feeling confused and hurt? Maybe they didn't text back when you expected them to, or they cancelled plans at the last minute. It's all too easy to let your emotions take the wheel in these moments. You might feel a surge of frustration and react impulsively, firing off a message that could make things worse, or even shutting down entirely. But here's the truth. These emotional responses often create drama and distance, pushing the other person further away. Instead, consider embracing the stoic mindset. Take a step back, breathe deeply, and allow those initial emotions to settle before you respond. This pause not only gives you clarity, but also shows your emotional control. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you display emotional maturity by remaining calm in the face of confusion, you exude a magnetic quality that others find irresistible. High-value men know the importance of emotional stability. They understand that their worth isn't defined by someone else's actions. So, how can you cultivate this kind of emotional resilience in your life? Reflect on what it means to control your emotions and how that can transform your relationships. When you approach situations with a calm demeanor and a thoughtful response, you'll not only stand out, but also draw others in, showing them that you are a person of strength and integrity. Remember, the key lies in your response, and by mastering this, you can turn confusion into connection and keep them coming back to you. Mistake 6. Trying to convince them of your worth. Many men fall into the trap of believing they must convince others of their value. This often manifests in an attempt to persuade someone to stay by enumerating all the reasons they should remain, explaining why you are the perfect match, or illustrating what they might be missing. However, the hard truth is that convincing someone of your worth is futile. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no more value than that of one." Your worth cannot be effectively communicated through mere words. It's demonstrated through your actions, unwavering confidence, and the dignity with which you carry yourself. When you shift your focus away from proving your value to someone who fails to recognize it, you redirect your energy toward self-improvement. Stoicism today teaches us that the essence of stoic happiness lies in personal growth and self-realization. By working to become the best version of yourself, you not only enhance your own life, but also create a compelling presence that others will inevitably notice. They may start to see the qualities they once overlooked: strength, resilience, and depth. Qualities that resonate deeply in modern life and relationships. Remember, true attraction is rooted in authenticity. It's about embodying your values and passions. When you prioritize self-respect and personal development, those who doubted you will come to recognize what they've been missing, often returning to you with newfound respect and admiration. In this way, you cultivate not just relationships, but a life infused with stoic wisdom and genuine fulfillment. Mistake 7. Letting their behavior dictate your happiness. Let's dive into a profound lesson that speaks directly to your journey of self-discovery and emotional resilience. Mistake 7. Letting their behavior dictate your happiness. Have you ever noticed how easily someone else's actions can sway your feelings? When they withdraw, your heart races with anxiety. When they reach out, you feel a rush of joy. This dependency on their behavior can turn your emotional landscape into a roller coaster ride, leaving you vulnerable and unsettled. You see, allowing someone to dictate your happiness is like giving them the keys to your joy, and that is a precarious situation. As the Stoics remind us, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The secret lies in reclaiming your emotional independence and embracing a Stoic mindset. Your happiness should be rooted within you, not reliant on the whims of others. Focus on nurturing your own joy. Build a life filled with passion, purpose, and excitement that doesn't hinge on external validation. Ask yourself, what activities truly bring me joy? Or, how can I cultivate happiness within myself? This internal shift not only empowers you, but also positions you as a high-value man, one who understands that self-fulfillment is key. Remember, when you prioritize your emotional well-being, you stop chasing after someone else's approval and start attracting what you genuinely deserve. This approach can turn the tables. They may find themselves coming back, realizing the depth of what they've lost. Embrace this journey of self-empowerment and watch as you not only thrive, but also elevate your relationships to new heights. Congratulations on making it this far. You've taken a powerful step toward reclaiming your self-worth. Drop a comment saying, "I choose self-respect," to affirm your commitment to this journey of self-empowerment. Stick around. More insights await that will deepen your strength and resilience. Mistake 8. Fearing the loss. It's easy to get caught up in the worry of losing someone, isn't it? That anxiety can make you act in ways that actually drive them further away. When you're constantly consumed by the thought of someone leaving, you start to cling to them, chase after their affection, and overcompensate for perceived shortcomings. Ironically, this fear often turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you chase, the more you push them away. What if, instead of fearing loss, you embraced a Stoic perspective? Understand that if someone chooses to walk away, it doesn't define your worth. It's merely their decision, not a reflection of your value. Letting go of that fear liberates you from the anxiety of trying to control something that's simply beyond your reach. Consider a story many of us can relate to. Picture a young woman named Sarah, who was in a relationship that seemed perfect until she became anxious about losing her partner. Every time he was busy, her thoughts spiraled into panic, leading her to text him excessively, seeking reassurance. As a result, he felt suffocated and distant, ultimately causing their relationship to fade. But what if Sarah had shifted her focus inward, mastering her emotions and building her own self-confidence instead? By doing so, she would have radiated an energy of strength and independence that could attract her partner back naturally rather than pushing him away. So let's ponder this. How often do we allow the fear of losing someone to dictate our actions? By avoiding the pitfalls of fear and instead focusing on personal growth, you regain power in your relationships. This Stoic approach encourages you to prioritize yourself, cultivate your emotional resilience, and create an inviting atmosphere that draws others in. When you act from a place of confidence rather than desperation, people will be attracted to your energy and emotional independence. Remember, mastering your emotions and letting go of fear not only enhances your relationships, but also enriches your journey in understanding what Stoicism truly is. The lesson here is profound. Release the fear of loss, and you'll find that the connections you desire may just come back to you, crawling in a way that reflects their realization of your strength and resilience. 5. The no contact rule. Make them miss you. Imagine regaining control over a relationship that seems to be slipping away. That's where the no contact rule comes into play, an incredibly effective strategy for reclaiming your power when someone has lost interest or pulled away. But this isn't about playing mind games or manipulating emotions. Rather, it's a chance for you to step back, reflect, and understand your own worth. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By embracing the no-contact approach, you can not only make that person miss you, but also enhance your own value in the process. So what exactly is the no-contact rule? In its essence, it's about creating a deliberate pause in communication after a breakup or when someone becomes distant. This means no texting, no calling, no social media snooping, and certainly no chance encounters. You're choosing to step away from their life for a defined period, commonly around 30 days, although the exact duration may vary based on your unique situation. This time apart serves two significant purposes. It grants you the necessary space to focus on personal growth and allows them to confront the reality of your absence. Now, why does this strategy work so effectively? Let's delve into the intricacies of human psychology. When you're always present, constantly available, or trying to maintain contact, the other person may start to take you for granted. It's only when you pull back and create that emotional void that they begin to recognize the impact of your absence. The curious mind often leads to reflection. They might initially enjoy their newfound freedom, feeling as if they've moved on or don't need you anymore. Yet, as days go by, that silence becomes increasingly deafening. They begin to realize that your attention, your energy, and the bond you once shared are irreplaceable. This realization can ignite a longing within them, making them question their previous choices. However, the no-contact rule isn't just about making them miss you, it's fundamentally about your growth. This is a precious opportunity for you to reconnect with your passions, rebuild your self-esteem, and foster a deep sense of self-worth. As you step back, you're not just giving them the space to reflect on what they've lost, you're also creating an environment where you can flourish. You're sending a powerful message that your happiness isn't reliant on their attention or validation. This transformation is not only essential for you but also magnetic. It can draw them and others back to you. During this period, it's crucial to resist the urge to check in on them, respond to their messages, or reach out. The teachings of Stoicism highlight that true strength comes from mastering our reactions, and the no-contact rule offers a perfect opportunity to practice this discipline. By maintaining silence, you showcase emotional control, a trait that many find incredibly attractive. You communicate that you don't need their validation. You're perfectly capable of moving forward independently. As a high-value man, embracing this mindset can elevate you above the ordinary and make you more appealing in their eyes. The absence you create by going no contact can fundamentally shift the dynamics of the relationship. Rather than being the one waiting for their response, they are now the ones pondering your absence. They begin to feel the gap where you once were and realize they don't hold the emotional power they might have thought they had over you. This shift in perspective can lead them to miss you, often prompting them to reach out and re-establish contact, frequently with a renewed interest. It's vital to understand that the no-contact rule isn't a passive or desperate move. It's a powerful, intentional strategy that puts you back in the driver's seat. As you focus on becoming a stronger and more confident version of yourself, they will notice the change. When they do eventually come back, they will encounter someone who has evolved emotionally and is now more attractive and grounded than ever. In this scenario, you will be the one holding all the cards. So, are you ready to embrace the no-contact rule? What steps can you take today to focus on your growth and well-being, while allowing someone else to feel the impact of your absence? Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By embodying this Stoic mindset, you'll not only empower yourself, but also create a space where true connections can thrive. It's time to step back, reclaim your value, and let them come back crawling to you. If you've made it this far, you're on the path to true self-mastery. Drop a comment saying, "I'm reclaiming my power," to show you're committed to this journey of growth and inner strength. Stay tuned. The journey only gets better from here. 6. Staying focused during no contact. Have you ever found yourself wondering why some people seem to have a magnetic pull on others? The truth is, the key to that allure often lies in mastering the art of absence. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." In the realm of relationships, especially during those painful moments of no contact, it's easy to succumb to the urge to reach out. However, harnessing the power of this silence can not only enhance your Stoic happiness, but also strengthen your emotional resilience. So, how can you ensure they come back crawling to you? Let's explore how to navigate this challenging time with grace and purpose. First and foremost, staying focused during the no-contact period is crucial, even when the temptation to break silence looms large. This phase isn't just a waiting game, it's a transformative journey towards regaining your emotional independence and self-worth. Shift your focus from them to yourself, as this redirection is the cornerstone of your growth. Embrace self-improvement wholeheartedly. Utilize this time to invest in various facets of your life, whether that means committing to a fitness routine, diving into educational courses, or engaging in personal projects that resonate with your passions. The activities you choose to pursue will not only distract you from the urge to reconnect, but also cultivate a stronger, more confident version of yourself. As you invest in your personal development, you will emerge not just as a better partner, but as a more attractive individual, both in spirit and in character. Furthermore, surrounding yourself with a positive support system during this no-contact period is essential. The journey can feel isolating, and it's easy to get lost in the echoes of solitude. However, spending time with uplifting friends and family can create a profound difference. Engage in conversations that inspire you, participate in activities that bring joy, and remind yourself that your identity isn't tied to one person. In these moments, you'll discover that your world is rich with connections and experiences that validate your worth beyond the realm of romantic involvement. This network of support acts as a reminder that your happiness is not solely dependent on another person, but is rooted in the relationships you cultivate and the love you nurture within yourself. Lastly, practice patience and emotional control. Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on what we can control, namely, our own actions and emotions. The no-contact period is an opportunity to reflect on your feelings and reactions. By remaining mindful and present, you can cultivate the inner strength necessary to maintain this distance. Resist the urge to reach out. Instead, channel that energy into understanding your emotions. This is a time of self-discovery where you learn the significance of healthy boundaries. Just as the ancient Stoics embraced the principle of enduring hardship with dignity, so too can you find strength in this separation. Remember, this time apart is as much about your journey as it is about theirs. By embracing this mindset, you empower yourself to grow, making it a truly enriching experience. In the modern context, the principles of Stoicism today remind us that cultivating inner peace is vital, especially when faced with emotional turmoil. So often, we become trapped in the cycle of anxiety and longing for someone who may not reciprocate our feelings. Instead, focus on your journey and let the silence speak volumes. They may eventually realize your value, leading them to seek you out once more. By embracing the no-contact period as a chance for growth, you align yourself with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, which teaches us to control our responses and focus on our personal development. As you progress on this journey, let the world around you serve as a reminder of the boundless opportunities for self-improvement and connection. Ultimately, the real power lies in your ability to cultivate your own happiness, proving that true attraction stems not from desperation, but from the confidence and self-assurance you build within. So, as you navigate this path, remember, those who are meant to return will come back crawling, not because you beckoned them, but because you took the time to become the best version of yourself. Embrace the process, stay the course, and let your stoic happiness shine through in every step you take. 7. Turn heartbreak into your greatest strength. Heartbreak can feel like one of the most painful experiences in life, leaving you feeling raw, vulnerable, and questioning your very worth. But what if I told you that this heartbreak could actually be transformed into your greatest strength? The pain you're feeling isn't just an ending, it's an opportunity to rebuild yourself stronger than ever. In fact, the very thing tearing you apart today could become the fuel for your personal growth and transformation. The first step in this journey is to embrace your pain instead of running from it. It's common to want to numb the hurt with distractions, whether that's binge-watching shows, diving into work, or seeking solace in unhealthy habits. However, true healing begins when you face your emotions head-on. Acknowledge what you're feeling, sadness, anger, frustration, and allow yourself to fully experience those emotions. As Stoicism teaches us, emotions should not be avoided. Instead, they are to be observed and learned from. It's through this honest reflection that you can understand what went wrong, what needs to change, and how to grow from the experience. Think about a time when you faced a challenging emotional experience. What did you learn from it that helped you move forward? Once you've accepted the pain, the next step is to use it as fuel for your personal development. Heartbreak often leaves a void, but that void can be a powerful space for rebuilding. Pour your energy into something constructive, your career, your health, or personal passions. Take time to reconnect with your goals and invest in yourself. Who were you before the relationship? Rediscover that version of yourself and focus on growth. Consider how you can channel your emotions into creative outlets or self-improvement initiatives. When you make growth your priority, the pain transforms from a burden into a catalyst for transformation. Remember, heartbreak does not define you, rather, it refines you. Every setback, every painful moment offers an opportunity to cultivate resilience. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the very pain of heartbreak can propel you forward if you choose to view it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Think of a time when a setback in your life taught you something invaluable. How did that experience shape your future decisions and actions? Ultimately, transforming heartbreak into strength involves reclaiming your power. Don't let the loss of someone dictate your self-worth. Instead, take control of your own narrative. You have the ability to craft a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more confident than ever before. Heartbreak may be painful, but it is also temporary. Strength, however, is something you can carry with you for a lifetime. In modern life, think of individuals who have turned their heartbreak into strength. Public figures, artists, or even your friends and family. Their stories can inspire you. For example, consider how many musicians write soul-stirring songs that resonate with the pain of heartbreak. Through their art, they not only heal themselves, but also connect deeply with others who have faced similar struggles. Their pain becomes a universal experience, a way to reach out and say, "You're not alone." So as you navigate through your own heartbreak, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I transform my pain into a powerful force for good in my life? Remember, the Stoic life lessons you embrace can guide you toward resilience and strength. Heartbreak, while challenging, is also an invitation to grow and evolve. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to fuel your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Strength is forged in the fires of adversity, and you have everything within you to emerge victorious. Thank you for making it to the end. You're already on the path to turning heartbreak into strength. Drop a comment saying, "I'm rebuilding," to declare your commitment to growth and resilience. Stay tuned, because this journey is just beginning, and so much more strength awaits you. 8. How to really make them miss you. How can you truly make someone miss you? To unlock this intriguing dynamic, it's essential to shift the focus from them back to yourself, embracing what's known as the Stoic mindset. Instead of engaging in mind games or manipulation, your goal should be to highlight the specialness of your presence, something that they can't easily replicate. The first step in this journey is to create intentional space. Think about it. If you're always available, always initiating contact, they never get a taste of life without you. By pulling back, whether that means reducing communication, giving them some much-needed time to themselves, or even halting contact altogether for a while, you allow them to truly notice your absence. During this silence, they'll start to wonder where you've gone and why you're not providing the attention they've grown accustomed to. As the saying goes, absence sharpens love, presence strengthens it. This simple principle illustrates how curiosity and a longing to reconnect can sprout when they feel your absence. While you're creating that space, it's also crucial to focus on self-improvement. High-value men are particularly attractive to others when they're thriving and evolving. Use this time apart wisely. Invest in your fitness, pursue career aspirations, delve into hobbies, or work on emotional growth. As you build a fulfilling and vibrant life, independent of anyone else, you cultivate a magnetic energy that naturally draws others back to you. They'll begin to notice how well you're doing without them, and that realization often triggers feelings of regret or longing. So, ask yourself, when was the last time you genuinely focused on your growth and happiness? Remember, self-improvement isn't just about making yourself attractive to others, it's about enhancing your own quality of life. Emotional independence is another fundamental aspect of making someone miss you. It's vital to show that your happiness doesn't rely on them. When they see you're not chasing them or desperately seeking their validation, it forces them to reevaluate your value. You'll find that their indifference or distance suddenly holds a different weight. They'll start questioning why you're not reacting to their behavior, and this introspection often leads to a sense of loss. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Embracing this mindset allows you to stand firm in your self-worth, making it clearer to them that you're not someone to be taken for granted. Maintaining an element of mystery is also crucial in this process. It's important not to overshare or reveal every detail about your life. The less they know about your daily activities or emotions, the more they'll ponder what you're up to. This air of unpredictability keeps them intrigued, encouraging them to reconnect with you to satisfy their curiosity. As they wonder about your life and what you might be experiencing, you create a sense of allure that can be hard to resist. Ultimately, to truly make someone miss you, it's about stepping back, emphasizing personal growth, and allowing your absence to speak volumes. The Stoic mindset encourages us to prioritize our own sense of self-worth, leading to healthier relationships and deeper connections. In doing so, you empower yourself, allowing them to recognize the void left by your absence. By harnessing these principles, you'll not only enhance your own life, but also create an irresistible pull that draws them back to you in a powerful and natural way. So, what will you do today to embrace your own growth and let them realize just how much they miss you? 9. What to do when they finally reach out. When someone finally reaches out after a period of silence, it's crucial to handle the moment with poise and self-assurance. This is a defining moment, one that sets the tone for your future interactions. You might be tempted to respond immediately, driven by a mix of anticipation and curiosity, but pause for a moment. Taking the time to compose yourself and reflect on your response can be the key to maintaining your power in the situation. Responding too quickly might send the signal that you've been waiting for this contact, inadvertently shifting the balance of power back in their favor. Instead, give yourself a moment to think through how you want to engage. Remember, calmness is your ally. It reinforces your independence. Once you do respond, keep your tone friendly and casual. Resist the urge to dive into heavy emotional discussions or to resurrect old grievances. Instead, allow the conversation to flow naturally, maintaining a light-hearted atmosphere. By keeping things easygoing, you subtly communicate that you've been doing just fine on your own, which not only boosts your confidence, but is also highly attractive. You're showing them that you are self-sufficient and that their attention, while welcome, isn't necessary for your happiness. Setting boundaries is essential in this scenario. If their past actions have hurt you, it's perfectly reasonable to express your expectations moving forward. However, approach this with a calm demeanor, making it clear that while you're open to reconnecting, it must be on your terms. This isn't about building walls. It's about establishing a foundation of respect and understanding. For instance, if a friend who often cancels plans reaches out after months of silence, you might say, "I'm glad to hear from you. I value our time together, so let's ensure we both commit to our plans." This approach demonstrates your willingness to engage while still standing firm in your needs. Staying grounded is crucial throughout this process. Don't allow their outreach to dictate your self-worth or sense of independence. Whether they choose to fully re-engage or not, you have already proven to yourself that you can thrive independently. This situation is about your response and how you choose to move forward. Your calm, confident demeanor reflects that you are in control of your emotions and your life. Let's think about a story that resonates with this experience. Imagine a woman named Sarah who had been seeing someone casually. When he ghosted her for weeks, she felt a mix of confusion and disappointment. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt or obsessing over his absence, she focused on her passions, painting, hiking, and spending time with friends. When he eventually reached out, Sarah was in a much stronger place. Instead of rushing to reply, she took a moment to breathe, reflecting on what she wanted from this interaction. Her response was light and friendly, and while she enjoyed catching up, she made it clear that she valued her time and would not tolerate inconsistency. Through her actions, she demonstrated that she had moved on and that her happiness wasn't contingent upon his presence. In the end, you hold the power in these interactions. The lessons of Stoicism remind us that self-control and emotional resilience are vital. What is Stoicism, if not the practice of understanding that while we can't control others' actions, we can control our responses? Each time you navigate such moments with grace, you reinforce your inner strength and self-respect. Remember, by handling their return with calmness and confidence, you not only assert your independence but also invite a more respectful relationship moving forward. This journey teaches us the importance of maintaining our boundaries, valuing our time, and recognizing our worth, all essential elements in navigating life's complexities. 10. Setting boundaries and reclaiming your power. Have you ever found yourself feeling drained or taken for granted in your relationships? You're not alone. Many men grapple with the struggle of maintaining their self-worth amidst the demands of others. However, reclaiming your power and ensuring that others respect your boundaries is crucial for both your emotional well-being and overall happiness. By embracing Stoicism today, you can learn the art of setting boundaries that not only protect you, but also attract the right people into your life. Setting boundaries is a vital practice for reclaiming your power in any relationship, functioning as a shield that protects your emotional well-being and reinforces your self-respect. Think of boundaries as the walls of a fortress. They delineate what is acceptable and what is not, ensuring that your inner sanctum remains undisturbed. Without these limits, you risk becoming vulnerable to the whims of others, which can lead to a decline in your perceived value. When you establish clear boundaries, you send a powerful message. You are in control of your life and are unwilling to settle for less than you deserve. Remember the wise words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By setting boundaries, you harness that power. To begin this transformative journey, it's essential to recognize that boundaries are not tools for controlling others. Rather, they serve to safeguard your own space, energy, and self-worth. For instance, if you found that someone in your life has consistently been unreliable or inconsistent, it's crucial to articulate your expectations moving forward. A simple yet effective approach might be to say, "I value consistency and honesty. If you cannot provide that, then I won't be able to invest my time in this relationship." This statement is not only empowering, but also clarifies what you require to engage with that person meaningfully. By articulating your needs clearly, you communicate your standards and expectations, paving the way for healthier interactions. Setting boundaries necessitates emotional strength and resilience. It's not uncommon for people to test your limits, and there may be instances where they push back against the boundaries you've established. In those moments, it is crucial to hold firm and stand your ground. Stoicism teaches us that self-control is essential for maintaining inner peace. By refusing to let others overstep your boundaries, you not only preserve your tranquility, but also demonstrate that their actions won't dictate your emotional state. This stoic happiness arises from the understanding that your worth is not contingent on others' behaviors, but rather grounded in your self-respect and values. It's important to understand that there's no need to apologize for your boundaries. They reflect your core values and self-respect, and explaining or justifying them to others is unnecessary. When you set boundaries and adhere to them, you will naturally attract individuals who respect your limits while distancing those who do not. This process is fundamental in reclaiming your power, as it shifts the dynamic of your relationships. You're no longer giving away control of your emotions or permitting others to dictate your self-worth. Instead, you're fostering an environment where your values are honored and your emotional well-being is prioritized. Ultimately, setting boundaries is not merely about keeping people out. It's about inviting the right individuals into your life on your terms. Just as a garden thrives with careful cultivation, your relationships will flourish when nurtured by mutual respect and understanding. Remember, every time you assert your boundaries, you reinforce your commitment to self-care and self-love. In doing so, you embody the essence of Stoicism today, a philosophy that empowers you to navigate the complexities of life with grace and resilience. So take charge of your life, set your boundaries, and watch as the right people come crawling back, eager to embrace the new dynamic you've created. In today's video, we took a deep dive into the transformative concept of emotional detachment and how it can significantly alter the landscape of your relationships. We explored the idea that by embracing this mindset, avoiding common pitfalls, and applying the no-contact rule, you can create a powerful space that allows others to genuinely recognize your value. When you focus on your own personal growth, rather than chasing after those who may not appreciate you, you begin to reclaim your power and assert your self-worth. We discussed practical strategies for setting firm boundaries, which communicate your self-respect and confidence. These boundaries act as a safeguard for your emotional well-being and help you cultivate healthier interactions. It's essential to understand that this journey is not about manipulating or controlling anyone. Rather, it's about showcasing your worth through your actions, intentions, and the strong sense of self that you nurture. When you choose to stop chasing after people who take you for granted and instead invest that energy into your own development, you not only elevate yourself, but also create a profound shift in how others perceive you. The beauty of this approach lies in its ability to inspire others to take you seriously, leading them to feel the absence you've created. They may start to reflect on their actions and reconsider the dynamics of your relationship. This change can ultimately pave the way for healthier, more fulfilling connections built on mutual respect and appreciation. I wholeheartedly encourage you to take these Stoic principles and apply them to your daily life. Reflect on your current relationships and consider how you can embrace emotional detachment while prioritizing your personal growth and happiness. It's a powerful journey that can lead to incredible transformations, not just for yourself, but also for those around you. If you're ready to embark on this transformative journey of self-discovery and empowerment, please take a moment to hit that like button. I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below by writing, "I'm in control now." Your insights are incredibly valuable, and by sharing them, we can foster a supportive community where we uplift and empower one another as we navigate the complexities of life and relationships together. Remember, this is just the beginning, and your path to emotional resilience and self-improvement starts today.